targets?
A paramilitary group called Red Section. They've been linked to a number of ops in the past 2 years.
Who is he?
According to his profile, he's the foreman of the refinery.
They're not telling us everything. Tell them we'll go, but on my terms only.
The Syphon Filter series started as a strange sort of action-heavy answer to Metal Gear Solid. At least that's how it seemed to be marketed. And while the series has been around for years now, it's never reached AAA status. It's also somehow migrated to the PSP, becoming one of the best action franchises on the handheld. Now, in order to squeeze as much money out of last year's critically acclaimed Dark Mirror, Sony's ported the game to the PlayStation 2.
He's out there!
Go! We've got 2 leads. First, MI6 has been running a surveillance op in Kaliningrad.
The story behind Dark Mirror would be right at home in a film starring Arnold Schwarzenegger or Sly Stallone in the late 80s. Silent and deadly hero Gabe Logan is the commander of a black ops agency that doesn't technically exist. His latest mission is to infiltrate a group called Red Section. But during his investigation, Logan uncovers something much deeper, a project called Dark Mirror. The entirety of the game is spent trying to uncover the project and its secrets. The key to enjoying Dark Mirror's story is to not take it too seriously. Cheesy lines riddle the script, and the whole thing is as over-the-top as any action movie you've ever seen. But taken for what it is, Dark Mirror is a fun time.
The UN peacekeepers are beginning their assault. I'm heading to the insertion point. Teresa, I'm at the security console. Nothing.
Try your EDSU goggles.
One of the key features that garnered the PSP version of Dark Mirror so much critical acclaim was the meaty multiplayer aspect. But for some inexplicable reason, that portion of the game has been excised in the jump from the portable to the PS2. It's a strange choice since the features that are still here aren't really enough to give the game the replay value it needs. And considering the slim model PS2s come with a built-in modem, there's really no excuse for this omission. Because of this, the only real play option is the single-player campaign. And while each mission can be replayed at will, which can unlock a handful of new areas, the game itself doesn't last that long. The various bits of art and special features that can be unlocked really do nothing to help the situation.
He's on the other side! Don't let him get across!
Dark Mirror is a pretty standard third-person action game. The action is straightforward. Gabe works his way through one linear level after another with a bit of stealth and a lot of flying lead. The major selling point in Syphon Filter is the sheer number of weapons and items to be found and utilized. There are over 70 different guns, grenades, and gadgets in the game. And while there aren't a whole lot of different situations that call for specific weapons, it's still fun to play around with all the different possibilities. Gabe's adversaries aren't going to ace any IQ tests anytime soon. In fact, getting face-to-face with one of them generally results in him turning tail and finding cover. Speaking of cover, as long as there's no one behind Gabe, he's pretty much invincible. That being said, Dark Mirror's soldiers are quick to flank our hero should he get into an open position without really checking his surroundings. Dark Mirror was a respectable-looking game on the PSP. But as most of us have discovered by now, PSP games don't generally look as good as PS2 games. So when you port one of the small games to the big console, the results are pretty predictable. Syphon Filter doesn't necessarily look bad thanks to some decent art direction and architecture, but it doesn't come anywhere near the level of visuals Sony's old workhorse is capable of.
Damn it! I have to do everything. Get out of my way, I'll finish him myself.
Leon, I can see the detonators. On my mark, distract him.
Roger that. Remember, if a single stray bullet hits an explosive, they'll all go off.
Syphon Filter Dark Mirror was a great PSP game, but the chop job done to the title on its way to the PlayStation 2 really hurts the product's overall quality. It reduces the whole thing to a rental rather than a buy. If you need some Syphon Filter action, find Dark Mirror on the PSP. Better yet, grab a copy of the new PSP game, Logan's Shadow.